Ah, shit. How does Panda do that? All right, guys, do not stick your finger into a moving fan. It hurts. I didn't do that on purpose. That was for the video, I swear. Well, I did do it, and obviously it was on purpose, but you know where I'm going with that. Anyway, we are going to be looking at my CPU mining rigs today. You guys had a bunch of questions on, you know, how my layout is kind of looking right now, what all I got, and how I have them set up. So we'll kind of run through all that. We'll also look at a little of profitability of a coin I have been mining the past little while. We just did a test, so we're going to look at that and, you know, maybe talk a little bit about the Ethereum merge and why I'm not worried. If I have to shut my GPUs off, I have no problems doing that because I still have a lot of other ways to mine crypto. Crypto does not run on only GPUs. It just seems to be the only coins that everyone talks about, and all I ever hear, and a lot of people out there, CPUs aren't profitable. There were times in the past where a single 3900X was making more per day in the last bull run than a 3090. Yes, one of these were up to like $14, $15 a day. It was insane, and you know, that could be coming back again, but we'll see. Now, just like anything else, obviously, if everyone goes out there and buys CPUs because it looks good at the time, CPU mining is not that popular, I guess, per se, but there are a lot of people that love it, including myself. Obviously, I'm one of them. I got a lot of CPUs here. So, you know, if everyone goes out and starts buying CPUs, the difficulty, same thing will happen across all these coins, and then it'll be unprofitable as well. So if you do follow the channel, you know, we have been talking about a couple CPU mining coins within live streams or whatever, or some videos, comments, in Discord, stuff like that. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about vkax. And yes, it does sound extremely funny, but I think that's how you pronounce it, but that's what it is, vkax. So I've been mining for a little while. It does run on the mic algorithm. Now, what is the mic algorithm? It is a modified version of Ghost Rider. When I first heard about it, a few people were saying that it's like the heavier algo out of Ghost Rider, but so far it seems like it's the more efficient algorithms out of Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider is what Raptorium, Bitorium, a few other coins do utilize. I believe Raptorium were the first ones to design it, so props to them for coming up with this. It's about 20 mini algorithms all within the one algorithm. So that means 20 different hash rates, 20 different power consumptions, and so on. You get the idea here. It's like mining 20 different things, but it's all within the same thing. That's what kind of keeps it ASIC resistant. Wild Rig did drop a GPU miner for it, but CPUs are more efficient. Just like XMR going to Random X, if you put a GPU on Monero, you can mine Monero with your GPU, but it's just not worth it. You hardly get any hash rate, and you're burning up a lot of power, and a CPU just blows them out of the way. So the whole argument of a GPU is better than a CPU, it only comes down to the algorithm. And a lot of these coins like Flux, Ergo, everything, yeah, they're on GPU friendly algorithms, but then you got like XMR, you got vkax, and you got a bunch of other coins out there that only CPUs are good to run on. And CPU mining, it looks like, to slowly start gaining popularity again. So that's absolutely awesome. And coins are starting to utilize more CPU mining algorithms. So I think this is great for the future of crypto. So let's kind of talk about what all I got going on here. So up here, I do have 5 3900Xs. This is rig 1, rig 2, rig 3, rig 4, and in the back middle here is our good old friend rig 5, and he's still kind of hidden. He's really mad back there, but that's those up here. Down below here, I do have 6 additional 3900X Ryzen CPUs. In here we have 4 more 3900Xs. We got 2 right there, and then 2 right back in here. Here we have 2 3950X Ryzen CPUs. Here there are 2 3900Xs as well. Up here in these two cases, each one has a single 5950X. We got the little one's PC in here. That is just a little 3700X, but you know, it still mines away on stuff. We got my workstation here with the Ryzen 5950X. My server PC here is a 3900X. And then I have not put anything into this yet. I'm still testing this. B-Link, actually, look at all the fingerprints. Wow, and a little hair right there. But B-Link sent me this. I'm going to be testing out. Obviously, a lot of people use this to run nodes and stuff, but they wanted me to try out some mining on it. So we're going to see if this thing can CPU mine, potentially GPU mine. So this will be coming up in a later video. So we'll be checking this out. This is the Intel U59. And yeah, fun stuff. I have not tried it yet, so I cannot give anything away because I don't know, but we can see Intel inside. I really don't like Intels when it comes to mining. I'm still trying to get my hands on the Ryzen version, but they didn't have any in stock at the time. So hopefully in the future, we'll be able to get the Ryzen one in as well for you guys. So for the grand total of all my rigs, I do have 24 rigs counting the little one. That is 18 3900X, 2 3950Xs, 3 5950Xs, and the single 3700X CPUs. And I'm locked in at about 6.8 cents per kilowatt hour after all the third-party fees, distribution, and everything. It's weird how my power works. No, it's not on any type of variable rate, but I come out to about 16.7 cents. And altogether, these do use about $9 per day in power. So I have to mine at least $9 every day in order to break even on these Ryzen CPUs. So, do they still do it? Are they profitable? A lot of people have been turning their CPU rigs off, but there's a strategy to CPU mining, which I do think CPU guys, you know what I'm talking about. It takes a lot of math. It takes a lot of looking at network hash rates. How much is a coin paying off and so on. You know, I'll get into all that stuff in a different video here, but if you remain active on a CPU, you can keep your profitability pretty high day per day. And I will be doing a video on my strategies and stuff later on because I believe it'll definitely help a lot of people when it comes to the merge. You know, going to something like what to mine is not going to help you once the merge happens. So CPU miners, if you kind of know through Discord what I'm talking about, bouncing around, this is what GPU miners are definitely gonna have to be doing moving into the future. But I think all you guys that have been following the channel, following the videos, following Discord, you kind of know what's up and will probably hopefully be able to still remain profitable on GPUs. All right, so we're gonna look at some profitability now. So I have been mining the vkax coin and I got a 24-hour test that I'm gonna share with you guys in terms of volume. Now I know the big thing, you know, CPUs, it's all mostly of those crap coins. There's no volume, you can't sell them, or you know, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. You could be, everyone could totally knock a coin, but if it's making me money every day, I don't care what you say, I'm making bank. It doesn't matter what a coin is, how bad it's trash talk, whatever. If it makes money, it makes money. You can simply sell it, swap it to something else like Bitcoin, you know, Flux, Ergo, whatever, and then run the upwards trend into the future. So you can do it that way. You could sell it for power, you could hold it, and maybe, you know, could hit a quick pump or something. We have no idea, but let's jump to the workstation and see how much these things made the past 24 hours. All right, so I just ran into mining pool stats right quick, and I'm going to show you what pool I was using and whatnot. So you can see right now, though, our plant is hanging out at 76.9% of the hash rate. Zerg pool just went live today, according to someone in the Discord. Just let me know. So there we go. It looks like Zerg pool's in here. If you're unfamiliar with Zerg pool, you can mine whatever they support and then probably get paid out in Bitcoin. I'm assuming it's all set up or they wouldn't be here yet. But I was using the miningforpeople.com pool. Now they're saying 1% PPLNS and 1% on solo. But I do believe they're at 0% right now. They're doing like a promotion. No, I am not paid for or sponsored or anything, but I have been talking to them as maybe we'll run like a community RabidMining pool together. But I am doing tests with their pool to see how this works. It doesn't look like they have the much hash rate. This was my hash rate right here, this spike. So you can see I kind of brought it up and dropped it back down while I was doing this test. But let's jump into their dashboard and kind of see. So here's their dashboard, loading my wallet now. Pending shares, they do have a PPLNS log of like 12 hours or something. So it does take quite a bit of time to ramp that up till you get to your full shares type of operation. The estimated is still a work in progress. It might not say as many coins as you're actually getting, so it might look like a bad deal to you. But once you actually shut down, you know, and wait for your profits to come in, you will see everything start to multiply. So some of the dashboard settings, everything aren't 100% correct. I do like this pool and the people. I talk to them in my Discord and through DMs, and they're always trying to help people out on any of the coins they support. And it's a lot of supports. Again, I'm not sponsored in any way, but I do like this pool because they're always trying to get feedback and make their pool better for the people. Not many mining pools out there actually do that. So that is why I am talking about this and maybe encourage you guys to try out their pool. So regardless, I did make 208.72 thousand vkax in a 24-hour period. I'm just gonna go with 208,000, kind of explain to you guys how this works. So if I come into the exchange here, we can see that it's currently at 0.0017780. You're not going to get this price unless you set like a limit, and hopefully people start buying. It looks like some people have been buying here. Now you can see these big gaps. What this means is market buys, and that's what we're going to do here. Well, I'm not going to sell because hopefully maybe the price will come up. Remember, this coin came out in the bear market here, so it hasn't seen a bull run. If it'll do anything in a bull run, I don't know, but we're going to look at it. So with that 208,000 coins, we got to kind of add up here. So it looks like I'll burn through this because on a market sell, that means to sell it instantly right now, it will burn through all these other ones. So these people all have buy orders in, and 33,000, 3,300. So yeah, we're definitely going to rip through this. So we will get these prices for this amount of coins through here. And this is 231. So we're going to end up at this level. So we'll get all these prices for these amount of coins here, and then we'll go with this. So I'm just going to calculate it at the low where it's going to end up. So we will end up with a little more profit based on however much all this adds up to, but we're gonna go up this. So I'm gonna go to the calculator and run 200,000 coins at this price right here. If I was to sell this very second, it would legitimately go through 100%. So I am at my calculator here. We can see 208,000 coins at 0.00016100 there. And we're just gonna confirm that. 0.0003016,100. So this is the price we would hit. Remember, a little bit more is what we'll get based on these other coins up here. So I'm coming into the calculator. We're going to estimate that. That is $33.48 per day. I do have 24 rigs here running, so we're going to have to divide that by 24. So divide that by 24. That works out to be $1.39, almost $1.40 per rig running here. Now remember, total I got about 18 3900 X's, 2 3950s, 3 5950 X's, counting my workstation, which is off and on depending if I'm mining or doing a video or whatever I'm doing at the time, playing a game, who knows, rendering. And then my little one's little 3700 X is on here as well. So it doesn't do too much, but I still got to add that in here. So $1.39 per day before power. I'm going to jump into what to mine and just see what is a 3070 currently doing. And remember, after the merge happens, it's not going to be doing anything that it's showing us right now. And that's $1.49. So $1.49 from $1.39. Our CPU, a 3900X or my whole farm per rig, is only 10 cents less per day before power. Now I'm also only using like 85 watts per complete system of those CPUs. So we're a lot more efficient. We're not burning 130 to 136 watts. We're only burning like 85 to 90 watts. So we're a lot more efficient, and we don't have to worry about the merge where the difficulty is going to crater all of these other coins. So that's really good. Remember, if everyone goes out and buys CPUs though, it's going to be the same situation. The difficulty is going to spread. Now, this is only one coin of a few coins I have been trying, but my CPUs are looking pretty good. I almost forgot. I just wanted to run this through again. So remember back in Raptorium, we were kind of talking about how our plant was taking some profits away. What didn't seem as profitable as the other pools. So mining for people, it seems like I was getting a lot more with them than when I was mining to our plants. So keep that in mind. Try our plant you want. I do want to do a test here in the future and then kind of run by both pools to see exactly how that's working. But it does seem like our plant is not paying out what they should be paying out. to its miners, because I went back after I hit this on mining for the people, and it seems like it was way low. So I just stopped and I moved to another coin. But it was very interesting stuff here. So I don't know if our plant is owned by F2 Pool. You know, we know F2 Pool has been scamming everybody for the past couple of years on pretty much every coin they use. So don't use F2 Pool, guys. Maybe don't use our plant, but our plant pretty much owns all these coins. And I guess if no one says anything or no one notices anything, all these people can get away with that. But we did notice this with Raptorium, and I'm kind of starting to see this again with vkax. So I don't know, guys. Again, I cannot confirm this till I actually do the test. So I will try to do that in the future here. So almost $1.40 a day per rig. Now remember, as of watching this video, a couple days could go by, a week go by, there could be a lot more hash rate on vkax. So that means the difficulty goes up and then the hash rate drops. Now, I can see comments, it happens in the past with Raptorium and other coins that I look at. That happens every single time. And everyone says, oh, there's too much hash rate now. Now this coin is trash. So if you really start believing that, obviously you believe that, that is the way it works. But that is exactly what's going to happen to every other coin for your GPUs after the Ethereum merge goes through. So talking trash about a CPU and not about a GPU is going to be, you know, doesn't make any sense, because this is what GPUs are going to feel once the merge happens. It's just common sense. No coin can support any hash rate coming in off Ethereum, and profitability is going to drop. So like I said, this is the RabidMining YouTube channel. I am a crypto miner. I am not a GPU miner. I don't care. If those die, they die. I don't care at all. Yes, they're currently the most profitable, but I mine what's profitable. Next up, it could be CPUs. So I'm going to be mining with CPUs, doing content on CPUs. Maybe it's these ASICs. ETC takes off. I would much rather have these instead of a GPU because they're so much more efficient. So there's that. You know, there's KD boxes, there's Litecoin, there's Dogecoin. There's lots of other ways to mine cryptocurrencies other than GPUs. This is that GPUs is the most popular because they're easy to get. And, you know, a lot of people talk about them, but I'm a miner. I mine what's profitable, and I don't care if it's a GPU, CPU, ASIC, whatever. If it makes money and doesn't use much power, I'm going to mine on it. I'm going to make content on it, and we're going to, you know, remain profitable in any type of market we possibly can, or at least we're going to try to. I'm not sure how long this video is at this point, so I'm just going to do a fast run through on how I'm powering these things right now. And then, you know, I'll do a more in-depth look later on. So these 5 right here, they're running off a single 1200 watt server power supply. That's right, these 5 here, each one of these are running off a single ATX PSU. So 2 rigs per ATX. So I kind of said that wrong, but these 2 rigs are on ATX, these two rigs are on ATX, those 2 are. These are on single ones, and these 2 are on their own power supply as well. How am I doing that? I'm running splitters coming across the 24-pin splitter I got going on here, not to be confused with a 2 PSU, which is used just to power it on. This actually gives you full power to all the pins. I also got a PCI Express splitter running for the CPU here. Some of you guys have asked me the heat on this. These are actually running really cold. They're not warm at all. I will do another in-depth video and show you with my thermal camera, you know, the heat on all these cables and stuff, and you can see for yourself. But that's how these ones are ran. These are all through single ones, and then we got a server power supply running those. So that's all good there. Again, just a quick run through. So there we go, guys. There's some CPU mining profits. Here's my CPU type of setup. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rabid out.